the signs of the Zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for each sign of the Zodiac. Please click on the timestamps below this video in the Show More section to go directly to your sign. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, now on to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update. And the first sign I'm looking into is Aries. Aries, the first of the two cards that you have here today, is Judgment. And the Judgment card to me is usually about a particular situation going on in your life that's saying, what do we think about this? How do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are we all being affected by that word and decision and judgment? You may have another go-round with people in positions of power that may be pushing you and pulling you in different directions. You may be looking to get some things set in stone, some contracts signed, some documents signed. You may be having to deal with legalities, the government, taxes, tax returns, the IRS, anything to do with immigration or green cards, working papers. All these things can come up here, are coming up here with the Judgment card. I feel that there's going to be some taking something in a new direction. This could be your job or your business or your work that you do, if you own your own business, or if you create something like in writing, songwriting, art, any kind of construction or projects. You may decide to take things in a new or different direction in any of those areas. You may feel like, Aries likes to have the ball in their court and likes to be in charge about things and the leader. And I do feel that in the mid-month of February and moving forward, Aries may be feeling like they are juggling a lot of balls in the air. Like you have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of different things that you have to do or take care of or attend to. This comes up strongly with the Judgment card. Anything that got taken away from you that you were fighting for legally, any kind of rights, or any kind of, if you were having child custody or fighting over rights at a job or anything, you may have them given back to you. If they were taken away from you, they may be getting returned to you or something given back to you. That also comes up here through the Judgment card. So the second of the two cards you have is Ace of Rods. This is new beginnings. This could be a new job, a new home, a new love relationship. It could be a new business, a new enterprise. It could be receiving an inheritance. I see some of you Aries are training your mind and educating yourself differently. This could be through additional courses or classes that you're taking. This could be through some classes that you're taking to amp up what you already know how to do, or to get licensing permits or any kind of, documentation stamped or notarized or like legalized. You could be taking some additional classes, courses, and things like that to get that stamp of approval, that additional insight and information that's going to help you on what you're doing and working on. Some of you might be getting released from something, some old obligation or some job. Maybe you're getting, I know you're going to get upset if you think I'm going to say you're getting fired, but it may be responsibilities that they gave you that you're getting released from, because I don't get the fired energy here. I'm getting like getting released from something that's going to make you feel happy, like less pressure, alleviation of stresses. That's the feeling I'm getting here from the Ace of Rods. I feel some of you are looking for a new foundation to hang your hat on, like new. You could be looking for a new job. You could be looking for a new way of making money or a new business. Maybe you have a business and you want a different location, or but I'm seeing somebody hanging their hat, like you want to hang your hat in a new place. It could also be a new place to live, even also can come up here with this Ace of Rods. It definitely comes up as creating new foundations. So whatever that would mean to you, Aries, it comes up strongly. You could maybe be creating a new foundation in a new love relationship, or a new foundation in a job that you have, or some career, anything where you could be creating or fostering or, generating a new foundation. Maybe you're going to start investing your money and you're going to build up a new foundation with your finances. It could even be something like that. I do feel some of you will be working with new people, breaking new ground of some sort. So some of you do have a job change coming up here. I do feel that you're going to end up liking the way February turns out. So I hope this reading was of help to you. Please stay tuned for the beginning of March, because those readings are 3 times as long. This is just the update. So now on to the sign of Taurus. And the first of the 2 cards you have here today, Taurus, is 4 of Swords. And 4 of Swords is a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase. It could be a recuperation of an illness. I feel that many of you Tauruses need to sit back and relax. Also, sitting back and letting the good times roll comes up here. So I do feel that many of you Tauruses need some rest, some relaxation, some getaway, R&R, as they say. I feel that, and I feel that you're going to be taking it, getting it, relaxing. You need to do that. Some of you are going to be channeling new and interesting and different information that you are going to use possibly in writing a book. I do feel that some of you Tauruses really do feel like you need some more time away from others, and maybe even by yourself. Like, not even if you have a significant other, you may not even want to get this rest and relaxation with them. You may feel like you need a break from everyone and everything to recharge your batteries and to get these ideas and inspirations that are going to come to you for the next push forward of what you're doing, working on, creating, thinking, saying, doing, all of that. It's like you need to recharge your batteries for this next push coming up for you. I feel you've had to deal with intricate details about stuff lately, and I feel that for some of you this is quite exhausting. Not that you don't like details, just that all these intricate details or picky-uni details, it can get overwhelming to you, Taurus, I feel at times, and exhausting. Even though I feel you're very good with those details, you may find it to be a mite exhausting. Some of you may be looking to get situated in a new home, or if you've recently purchased a new home, maybe you're trying to figure out, okay, this one's going to be this one's room, this one's going to be that one's room, this is going to be my office, what room am I going to do this in, that in? Like, you may be going through some, situations of who's going to go where, what room's going to be for what. That kind of activities also are showing up to me. Some of you may have been plagued with headaches lately. This could be to do with illnesses and sicknesses that have been flying around. I live in the United States on the East Coast, and I can tell you there's sicknesses everywhere. The flu, bronchitis, pneumonia, everywhere. So you may have been sick with something recently or suffering from migraines, because I do pick up headaches around some of you Tauruses. So the next card you have here that showed up is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is financial abundance coming to you and financial stability. God blessing you with his financial abundance and financial stability. I feel that some of you are creating dreams come true, and that you really are going to start seeing that. A lot of things in your life do have this silver lining, and it's money is involved here. Like, your finances are getting built up or gaining, increasing, building. I see that for a lot of Tauruses. I see some of you talking to higher ups about your accomplishments. Some of you may be on TV. Some of you may get interviewed. Some of you may have something written up about you. But you could be talking to bosses and higher ups about recent achievements and accomplishments, which will in turn somehow going to benefit you with money. Maybe they're going to give you a raise or a promotion or increase your commissions. Something is building up here with your finances, is getting elevated. You know, I also see new investment opportunities and other things to do with your finances building up. So you may start investing in stocks and bonds, or hiring a financial advisory firm that can help you, you know, take your money and make it grow, because I'm getting like some of your investments changing. Maybe you're going to purchase property, maybe you're going to sell some property, maybe you're going to buy some stock or invest your money differently. It is coming up here with this Ace of Pentacles. Some of you are going to get invited to attend a big gathering where you are going to be selling something that you know how to do. If you've written a book, you could be selling your book at this event. If it's services you know how to do, you could be getting up and giving a speech and a talk, and then people are going to be interested in booking you for the services that you provide and what you discussed in that meeting. Like, or it could be like a fair, a craft fair, an art show, some kind of show that showcases different people's works, and maybe you're going to get a lot of sales from this particular show. So that also comes up here with the Ace of Pentacles for you Tauruses. So hopefully that was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Gemini. And the first of the two cards that you have here today, Gemini, is the Two of Rods. And the Two of Rods to me is partnership in business, partnership in romance. This could also be stepping out into the world with what you know how to do and create. It could also be about that, stepping out into the world, showing the world what you can do. I feel that some of you are going to be making an alliance with somebody that you're going to meet. And this meeting, you could meet them at a party. I feel you're going to have highlighted communications back and forth between the two of you with emails, texts, phone calls. For some of you, this could be love. A love partnership, but for some of you, this could be somebody that you are going to be doing work with, business with, owning your own business with them even, furthering your work that you already do. And I feel that everything to do with this association is actually going to come easily. I don't feel it's going to be tricky or complicated or hard to deal with or a puzzle. To me, it feels like it's going to be flowing along quite easily for you. You may be going back and forth between two different locations, two different countries, two different cities, two different parts of the country that you live in. But because I'm getting this back and forth energy and an open exchange of ideas. I also get an open exchange in regard to money. Like money is tied up here. And for some of you, money is involved. I feel that some of you are going to be putting some things down in print or in a document that's going to be open for all to see. So this could be some kind of business agreement. You could be forming a corporation, an LLC. It could just be documents that you have that are going to go back and forth between you and this other person that, you know, other people in the company that you work for are going to be able to read or see, or the people will be able to see it online, like documented. Somehow there's going to be documentation of some of this going on between you and whoever this other person is. Now, if it's love, the documentation could be maybe you're going to be on Facebook and friending each other and writing things to each other that other people are going to be able to see. There's something that's going to be visible for people to see here, whether this is in a social sense or in a business sense, whether it's for your own business or for a company you work for. It doesn't matter. There's something that's going to go on. There's two locations. There's a distance here. Some of it is documented in one way or another, official documentation or socially being documented. So think on that. The next card you have is Seven of Rods. And Seven of Rods is a card to me that symbolizes holding back negative energy coming at you. Negative communications, negative energy of any kind coming at you. You could also be closing the door on negativity. You're either holding it back and keeping it at bay, or you're shutting the door on it. I do feel that some of you Geminis have kind of had it up to your ears with trying to please everybody. I feel like you're kind of fed up. You've had it up to your ears. You've got to answer to a lot of dancing the jig to a lot of tunes written for you by a lot of people. And I feel that you're tired of that. You want to be the master of your own destiny. You want to do things the way you want to do them. And not that you're not willing to adhere to strict rules and codes. I feel that you can, but you want some kind of leeway here. I get that you want to rewrite some rules or things and have some things roll the way you want them to go. I feel that you're getting also a little bit tired of other people interfering with what you're doing that may be creating drama, that you're seeing as drama that doesn't need to go on. You just want to get down to it, get business done, get rolling along with things. And there's some other people I feel that have negative things to say, negative spin, putting the screws to you about stuff, and you feel like they're kind of thwarting your goals and creating some unnecessary, unwanted drama. I do feel that some of you Geminis are going to start getting involved in different groups and organizations that you've never been involved with before. I also picked that up. So, this could be charity groups, charity organizations. This could be new companies that you have to deal with, work with, sell to, be involved with. It could be that, new clients, new people that if you're somebody that owns your own business, new clients, new customers. You've got new people that you're going to be dealing with, Gemini. It's coming up here in the mid-month of February. So I hope that was of help to you. Please stay tuned for the longer reading, which is 3 times as long at the beginning of the month in March, and see what the Psychic Tarot reading comes up for you in March. So now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first of the 2 cards that you have here, Cancer, is the 8 of Rods. And the 8 of Rods is change happening swiftly. It could be news coming to you, sudden news coming to you. It could also be travel. Sometimes this card can come up with travel. I feel that you're putting all your energies forward to push forward on something. Maybe you want a new job. Maybe you want a raise. Maybe you want a promotion within the job. Maybe you want to move. It's something, there's something you're pushing a lot of energy forward with in the mid-month of February and moving forward in the beginning of this year of 2017, Cancer. I also see Cancers have some self-improvement on their mind. How can I look better? How can I feel better? How can I do this skill better? Anything that you want to see improvement, external, internal, job, home, family, wherever but especially where it's directly involving you. I see you looking for ways to generate and create improvement. Once in a while, my guides do predict a little bit further out than the month that I'm in, and I do see in August and September, many of you are going to experience a turnaround, some big goals, big changes, big improvements in August and September. That's not to say nothing is happening between now and then. Timing is going to be different for all of you because you're not all born on the same month, the same day, the same year, and the same birth time. Therefore, your changes may come in May. But I feel a lot of Cancers are going to see some big change or big turnaround in the month of August going into September of 2017. Any money that you've put away, socked away for buying a home or making some big giant purchase, purchasing a new car, purchasing a home, getting a condo or a townhouse, whatever it is, maybe an investment property to make, to own and then rent out and make money on the side, whatever it is, I see you raking this money out and using it, putting it to good use, putting it, you're going to do something with it soon. And it could be, like I said, towards a big purchase. Some of you are reinventing yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you Cancers tell me I'm getting plastic surgery, or I'm getting liposuction, or I'm getting something, a tummy tuck, or something, going on a whole new diet and buying a whole new wardrobe, anything. But I do see that kind of activity, reinventing yourself in a variety of ways, comes up here with the Eight of Rods for Cancers. The second card you have here, Cancer, is the Empress. And the Empress is a card to me that symbolizes this is like the natural Earth Mother kind of figure. Number 3 is the number of creation, and the Empress is the number 3 card. This could be the birth of a project, plan, birth of an idea, birth of a new business, new job. It could also be birth of a baby. This card can also indicate a maternal figure that's crossed over to the other side, that's watching you, guiding you, protecting you, watching over you. It could be a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, somebody that was like a mother figure to you. I feel that some of you are learning a lot about yourself through your past. I feel some of you are looking into genealogy or looking into your family roots or researching. If you're adopted, maybe you're seeking out your birth mother, and then you're doing research about your birth mother or your lineage. You're looking and learning from your family's history. It comes up here through the Empress. You know, I really do see it on your mind. You've been thinking a lot. I feel some of you Cancers don't want to be taken for granted. And maybe you feel like that's what's been happening. If you're in a relationship where you felt unappreciated, taken for granted, you may start going out now, going out at night, going out to bars or clubs or different events, going out on dates, going on a dating site, meeting new people, going to meetup groups. Especially if you are somebody that got really jilted and felt like you were unappreciated or taken advantage of by somebody. I see some of you like, you know, I got to get out of here. I've got to step out into the world. I've got to start meeting new people and making new contacts, and all that kind of energy is circling around this. I feel that you're going to make quite a big lasting impression on somebody that you're going to meet. And this could be somebody that will be a new love partner for you. It could also be somebody that could hire you for a job. You're going to be impressing somebody, and it's through somebody. I don't feel that you know them yet, somebody you're going to meet. You may, although for some of you, you may have just recently met them, or it's coming up in the next month, this month, next month. So just think on that, Cancer. I hope this messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. And the first of the 2 cards you have here, Leo, is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man means to me being in limbo, not moving forward, not moving backward, being in suspended animation, and having to draw strongly from your own psychic ability and your own intuition at the time of this state of limbo. I feel some Leos are working through some old anger issues right now, or some old issues that have kicked up for you. I feel that you don't like being in the hot seat, and I feel that you may have had some questions getting fired at you, either by bosses or co-workers. It could be even by family members, loved ones, anybody, whoever, you know, higher ups, whoever could be like scrutinizing or, you know, firing questions at you, or, you know, kind of putting the screws to you about something. And I feel like you're kind of in the hot seat in some way, and you don't know what to do about it, or you don't really like it, or a combination of several feelings there. Some of you may be getting involved with someone new from a different cultural background than you. They could have a different national heritage, could be a different race, a different religion, or a combination of things. Some of you, I see that coming up here through the Hangman also. I also feel that some of you Leos are a little bit angry that maybe you've had somebody give you something and then take it away. Like maybe a boss gave you a promotion and then they said, oh no, well, we have to give it to somebody else. We're not giving it to you now. Or maybe you got accounts and they promised you accounts and then they took it away from you, people's accounts. Or could be somebody giving you love, attention, and affection, or things, objects of, you know, from an estate or something of value, and then maybe they turned around and they reneged on it or took it back. So I do pick up some of that kind of energy circling around some Leos here in this very brief mid-month update. I feel that some of you may be talking to government officials, government agencies, lawyers, judges, anybody, higher ups, to get you out of some situations that you're in. Maybe some of you want to get a divorce and you don't want to be in this situation anymore, so you're consulting lawyers. Maybe some of you have some legality spinning around some contract that you're in and you don't want to be in this contract or affiliation with a company or some, deal that you agreed to that you want to get out of it. So you could be talking to people in the government, judges, lawyers, I don't know, it just comes up like official people that could help you get out of something that you're finding yourself in that you don't really want to be in any longer. So the second card you have here is the Two of Pentacles, and this to me is weighing your options. It could be making a decision or a choice between two things, two jobs, two loves, two ways of making money, two places to live. It's weighing your options. And there's emotions tied up here in this, weighing. I feel that some of you are thinking about ways to stabilize some business that you have or stabilize something that you're in. Could be stabilizing finances or a business. Some of you may find yourself having to release some funds to someone that wants some money back. So maybe you borrowed money from a bank and now they're knocking on your door and they want it back. Maybe you got a loan from a family member or friend or lover or loved one and now they're knocking on your door and they want it back. So for some of you, I feel you need to release funds to someone. Now, for some of you, it is paying them back for something. But for some of you, it could be just that they need assistance. They need money. They need help from you. So you're releasing money and funds to help them. It could be in a altruistic sense that you're doing it, not necessarily paying them back. But that comes up here too with this Two of Pentacles. I do feel that many of you Leos feel like you're tired of being on an emotional seesaw. So I feel some of you Leos are feeling like I'm this way, I'm that way, I'm on this emotional seesaw, and it's wearing you down. I feel like you're getting exhausted of it. It's tiring, especially if you have any family situations where there's bickering or arguing that's been going on or dissension in your family. I feel like you're tired of, like, maybe you feel like you're the monkey in the middle. You've got to play this side. You got to be on that side. You got to listen to this one. You got to listen to that one. That also is coming up here, that kind of energy too, Leo. I see some of you Leos thinking, I'm going to break free of some systematic chains that bind me. If you're in a work situation you don't like, or you feel trapped in a cycle of something you don't like, I see you wanting to break free from anything like that. So if you own your own business, you may be changing the parameters of what you're doing with it. Or if you work for somebody else, you may be like, you know what, I got to change this story because I'm like trapped in this cycle and I don't want to do it anymore. So hopefully that was of help to you, Leos. Please stay tuned for the beginning of March, where the reading is 3 times as long because it is the monthly Psychic Tarot reading, and see what comes up for you there. So now on to the sign of Virgo. The first card you have that shows up here, Virgo, is Temperance, and this is patience, having to have patience. It can also be God working through you with what you're doing, thinking, creating, and saying. I feel that some of you are starting to get out of your own way now and feeling freer than you have for a while. So whatever restrictions or chains that have bound you or kept you feeling like imprisoned or trapped or caught in any cycles that you didn't like, or feeling like you're just like, oh, this is the rat race. You know, you could have been having that kind of feeling. I feel that you are going to be changing, you're going to be getting out of that kind of feeling. Some of you are going to be learning how to do something, taking some kind of classes. Some of you may even be learning how to fly a plane. But I do get learning something new, learning some things, taking some classes. That comes up for some of you Virgos. I see some of you thinking about it like, I've got to stop wasting time on people and things that don't matter, things that maybe you've wasted a lot of energy on, or worrying about things that haven't really been necessary for you to worry about. And I see you taking a look at it and going, you know what, all that's a bunch of hoo-ha. I don't need to worry about it anymore. I'm wasting too much time and energy on some of this stuff. That's what I see. Some of you are going to be broadcasting yourself on YouTube. Some of you are going to have a lucrative deal or arrangement that's going to come up that could lead you to broadcasting yourself on the radio, on television, on YouTube, or out there in the world in some other way. You could be teaching classes, seminars, you know, being involved in gatherings of some sort where you're doing presentations or teachings or lecturings. You could be performing, you could be singing or playing some kind of musical instruments. That all circles around this as well. I feel that some of you are going to have some kind of spotlight on some of you, and you will be doing demonstrations of some sort as well. So you could be teaching a class. You could be demonstrating some skills. But some of you Virgos, it does look like in the mid-month of February and moving forward into March that you could have some spotlight, some type of spotlight being on you. You could be getting prepared to travel. You could also be getting invited to go on some kind of trip or travel with a friend or relative or lover or loved one. But travel does come up here also for some of you Virgos. The next card you have of the two is the King of Rods, and this would be a fire sign male. This would be a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, moon sign. Could also be a female, even though it's a king. Women can come up as kings in readings also. I feel there's a lot you like about this person and there's a lot you don't. So this does seem to be somebody that makes an impact on you. For some of you, I feel this is somebody you want them to be part of your life, but I feel some of you struggle with that. They may be married to somebody else. They may be just a difficult person to deal with. It could also be that. They're just complicated and difficult. Ornery, curmudgeon-y, any one of those, adjectives could apply. Stubborn, dictatorial, likes to run things, run the show. But I do feel like some of you do struggle with, do you want this person in your life or don't you? This could be a lover. It could be a husband, a spouse. It could even be a female. As I said before, this could even be a boss. Some of you may be getting kind of tired of this King of Rods, though, because I feel like sometimes you feel like they don't treat you well. Not all the time, but I feel sometimes you feel like they're dismissive of you or patronizing or condescending to you, could be dictatorial to you. And I feel it wears on you and you get tired of it. Now, again, this isn't going to apply to all of you. If these messages aren't making sense to you, as I say, watch your rising sign and your moon sign if these messages here in your sun sign aren't making sense. You may even have a long-standing rivalry between you and this King of Rods. This could be like a love-hate relationship. It could be like a competitive, even in love. I mean, that happens with love partners many times. They can even be competitive with each other. So you just have to see how this applies to you, Virgos, who this King of Rods is for you. See, I feel like you really do want them around, but I feel like you really would like to see them change their ways. And I feel that you feel they're too stubborn or they're too old or their ways are so ingrained in them that might not be possible to do. So you just have to think about how you're going to continue moving on, moving forward. I don't see them leaving your life, not here in this juncture. But I do feel they're challenging to you, many of you Virgos. So I hope this messages here was of help to you. Please stay tuned to the March readings in the beginning of the month because they're 3 times as long, and see what messages come out for you there. And I forgot to mention to all of you, happy Valentine's Day. And if you're interested in getting the special videos I recorded for love, Psychic Tarot reading, love readings for 2017, you can access these videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for Psychic Tarot love readings for each sign of the Zodiac for the year of 2017. I will be doing another round of love readings later on in the year. In these videos, I used 4 tarot cards from the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 9, and there you will see the heading for the Psychic Tarot love readings for each sign of the Zodiac for 2017. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. So sorry to interrupt here in the middle, but I meant to say that at the beginning of the video, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there. And now on to the sign of Libra. And the first card I have here for you today, Libra, is the Star. And the Star is spiritual blessings. This is answered prayers, answered wishes, something you've been praying for, wishing for. You are getting some type of spiritual blessing. I do feel that some of you are determined to see some things through to the end, to completion. So this could be a project you're working on, a plan, an idea. Maybe you've subcontracted some deal or, business arrangement out for a little bit, and now you're seeing it through to the end. Or maybe you've written a book, or you're starting something else that now you're going to see it through to completion. I feel that some of you Libras feel like you would like to have more out of your life, like you would like your life to be, have more enrichment, more leisure time and leisure activity, or, more knowledge and interesting things coming into your life of all kinds. Some of you, it's knowledge and classes and ideas and inspirations. For some of you, it's travel, learning about other countries, other places, secrets in the world, delving into esoteric and metaphysical subjects. That all comes up here under the umbrella of what you would like to see your life getting enriched by through the Star. Some of you Libras, I feel, are going to go break some barrier through towards more intimacy, like taking something up to another level in a relationship that you're in. Also, some of you may also feel like maybe you don't have any intimacy in your life at all, no love relationship or anything happening like that, and you want to break that barrier. You don't want to have that be the condition in your life anymore. So you could be taking steps like joining meetup groups, going on dating sites, asking relatives or friends to fix you up with anybody that they know are single. So some of you, I feel, are going to start breaking through some kind of restricted lifestyle or barrier and getting out more socially and intimately with someone or people in the world. The next card you have here in the reading today is the Lovers card, and this is 2 people that are intertwined with each other, that are compatible with empathy, sexual chemistry. This could be 2 people that are in tune with each other's needs. There's an angel looking over the couple. This angel could be interfering with the couple, and could be children, jobs, exes, anybody that could be an interference. This card can also symbolize the angel could also symbolize a blessing. The angel could be blessing the couple. I feel that some of you Libras are going to feel like you finally found your home, finally found your mate, finally found the person that makes you feel complete, like this is the right partner for me. This is I've met my significant other, my true match, that kind of feeling. And I do pick up that some of you are going to feel like you've always wanted to be part of a couple like this. So whatever this relationship is, it's something that you've always wanted to see happen, or the kind of relationship that you would always hope for or wanted. I picked that up here also. This relationship could turn serious. It could go down to the path of marriage. So you may already be coupled. Maybe this is somebody you're already coupled with. That's possible. But for some of you, you're meeting this person, and that's the direction it's going to go in. I do see many of you Libras having the time of your life with this partner, you know, doing fun things, going out on fun dates, traveling, going to see, you know, comedy shows and going out to dinner and maybe doing some traveling or experiencing some really new and interesting and different experiences together. So I feel like you're going to have the time of your life with this person, actually. And I do feel that for some of you, this does go serious. Some of you, if you have a long-standing rift with someone, it could be getting healed. So if you had a love relationship with somebody in the past and you guys broke apart, you could be getting back together again and mending fences, and then the relationship can go forward all over again and may feel like a whole new, brand new relationship to you. Now, that's not going to be the case for all of you Libras, but for some of you, I do get like this reconciliation, repairing love relationship scenarios going on here. So hopefully that made sense to you Libras. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. The first card you have here today, Scorpio, is the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is new love relationship. It can also be the abundance of love coming to you in a variety of sources. But it's definitely a positive love and could be new love card. I see many of you Scorpios reevaluating what you want out of love, what you want in a love relationship, like doing some reevaluations, like what's important to me, what isn't, what am I going to tolerate from a partner, what am I not, what are the qualities I'm looking for, that kind of activities I see going on in your mind about love. I also feel you are becoming more in tune with yourself and in tune with your own needs. Of, you know, like what you want. Are your needs getting met? Are they getting fulfilled? If you're in a relationship, if you're not in one, either way, you could be evaluating this and thinking about it. I really do feel that some of you Scorpios, if you're single, are going to be meeting somebody new that comes into your life and really like holds you up on a pedestal, like looks up to you and treats you like either a king or a queen. I see you getting that kind of adoration from someone. So that's nice for you, Scorpio. I'm glad to see that. Some of you Scorpios are going to find yourself getting out of your own way, because I feel for some of you, you may have caused some blockages or stumbling blocks or gotten in your own way in some of your love relationships. I'm not saying the partners that you've had in the past are like, oh, they're all innocent about everything. I'm not saying that. But I do feel that in some ways, in some of your relationships, you have created some stumbling blocks or gotten in your own way. And I feel that that kind of energy is shifting and changing for you now. You know, and I do feel a lot of you Scorpios have gone through trial and error, and also going through fire comes up here. So I feel like you've had to go through the fire of relationships, and you've had a lot of trial and error with different partners to see, you know what, this is not going to work. This one, you know, this one was too this one was too that, too demanding, too controlling. And I see a lot of you struggling, having had to struggle with that. So I'm sorry if you hear jingling going on. My dog has a new toy that he just loves, so he's making noise here. Sorry about that. Some of you may be getting invited to attend some kind of gathering that's social, that could be where you meet somebody, like an engagement party, a wedding, somebody's anniversary parties. That's coming up for some of you Scorpios. Here you have the Six of Swords, which is moving your residence. It could be long distance travel. For some of you, it could be moving towards something better, towards better shores than whatever you were experiencing before. I do feel that some of you are realizing some kind of goal or dream and are traveling. I do feel some of you, maybe like if you live in the United States, you might be going to Italy or France or Spain or some other distant land, or vice versa. If you live on the other side of the world, maybe you want to come to the United States, or you want to go to Australia or New Zealand. See, some of you Scorpios are really traveling far. It does come up here. You know, I do really see a lot of focus being in your mind, Scorpio, on making it count, making things count. Like, you know, what are you living for? You're living to have a happy life that's fulfilling and full of love and entertainment. And I see you thinking, you know what? Life's too short. I want to make my life count. What am I going to wait for? Every minute I waste is just a minute down the drain I'm not going to get back. So I feel some of you are going to start, like going outside of your comfort zones and taking some trips, long distance travel, doing some things that are like, why aren't I living for now? I need to live in the moment and live for now. I've done all this hard work. I've done all this hard effort. I've put in my time. I've done all these things for other people. I've struggled. I've had my struggles. Now it's time for me to reap the benefits and joys and enjoy some of my life. I do see some of you feeling like that with it's coming up through the Six of Swords. I also feel that some of you Scorpios are a little frustrated, that you feel misunderstood and you maybe want people to see you as you really are. I have the feeling that some of you Scorpios feel like people don't really get me, or people misunderstand when I say something, or when I do this or do that. They don't get the full and clear and true picture of me. And I feel for some of you Scorpios that wears on you and grates on your nerves a bit. So I do see some of you Scorpios considering that in the mid-month of February. But I do see you not letting any grass grow under your feet and making some travel plans, travel arrangements, or some changes that will bring more enjoyment and fulfillment into your life. So hopefully these messages made sense to you, Scorpios. Please stay tuned for the March Psychic Tarot readings at the beginning of the month, because they're 3 times as long as this mid-month update. So now on to the sign of Sagittarius. So the first card you have here, Sagittarius, is the Two of Rods, and this is a card to me that symbolizes partnership in business, could be partnership in romance, could also be how you are presenting yourself or stepping out into the world with something as well. I do see you're looking toward new horizons and new shores. So some of you've got some kind of changes on your mind. I feel that some of you want to be serious about what you're doing. You want to be committed. Could be wanting to be committed in a love relationship. Could be wanting to be more committed in a job. I do feel that some of you Sagittarians kind of feel like I've got to stop spinning my wheels and wasting my time. I pick that sensation up. Like you feel like, I want to get on with my life. I want to get on with it. But I feel like you have serious-minded subjects on your mind and commitment on your mind. So you either want to be committed to some cause, some job, or committed in a love relationship. I see you thinking about that. And maybe you are thinking about that with love because it is Valentine's Day. And even though some people really hate Valentine's Day, some people love it, some people hate it. It does tend to make people think about love in their life or lack of love in their life one way or another. So this could be why it's getting driven up in you in the middle of February. I see a lot of you Sagittarians, you may have felt like you've been going about the roundabout way to do things. And I feel that you may be fed up with that and you want to get direct to the point and cut to the chase. So if you're in any kind of work situation, family situation, or love relationship situation where you feel like there's a lot of screwing around and a lot of, going around everything the long way, the hard way, the complicated, confusing path, that you want to get cut right to it and get to the point. So you may be finding yourself to be direct, kind of blunt, and short. You might even be kind of short with people in the middle of February. But I feel like it's not to be mean and it's not to be cruel or hurtful to anybody, but I feel like you're like, let's get to the point of the matter. If you're in a love relationship that's been dragging on and you're like, are we gonna get married here or not? Are we gonna take this up to the next level and move in together or be more serious or not? And especially if you're dealing with somebody that's attached to a significant other, that they're saying, I'm going to leave them, I'm going to divorce them, I want to be with you. You may be like, yeah, okay, are you going to be done with them or not? Because you might be sitting there waiting on a hill of promises and like, what are they doing? So some of you Sagittarians may be dealing with that. Now, the next card you have here is the Six of Cups, which to me is a past life reincarnation relationship that you knew them before and were in a relationship with them before, and you reincarnated with them again. And this is, you reincarnated with them again to solve karma. This could be to solve karma and be together to the end of your days, or the karma could be you get together, you argue and fight, you don't get along, you break up, and then the karma is solved. Either way. But it is usually a significant love relationship to me. This can mean childhood memories. It can also be symbolic of children, but not usually for me when I see this card. I do feel that you are very nurturing and supportive of others, and even in love. And you may feel like you're babysitting somebody, or you're constantly have to be the nurturer. And I feel if you're in that kind of environment, relationship, you want to be in a more mature relationship. You may be exasperated by your partner's neediness, whininess, immature, childish behavior. Now, that's not going to be the case for all of you. Some of you may be very happily coupled and happily married, or happily in a union, and it's going to mature and develop and go that way. But some of you, because this is a general reading and it's not going to apply to all of you the way I see it, some of you, you're in a relationship that you feel like you're like a caretaker, and you don't want that. You want a more loving, balanced, mature relationship. So it just depends on which Sagittarius you are as to which relationship you find yourself in. And as I always say, if these messages don't make sense to you, be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because your messages may be coming to you from there and not your sun sign. Some of you are, not to be contradictory here, some of you are going to get engaged, proposed to, married, getting a proposal coming to you. So some of you do have somebody that is stepping up to the plate, that's producing an engagement ring, or saying, let's move in together, or let's be seriously coupled. Some of you do have that coming. And around Valentine's Day, in this mid-month of February or going into March, it does come up. But there are other Sagittarians that are in a dissatisfactory relationship that want to see the person, you know, step up to the plate. So it all depends on which Sagittarius you are. So please stay tuned for the beginning of March. The Psychic Tarot reading at the beginning of the month is 3 times longer than this short update. So now I'm going to look into the sign of Capricorn. And the first card you have here, Capricorn, is the Nine of Pentacles, which is being at peace and contentment with your life, with financial stability and abundance behind you. I feel that Capricorns are becoming more worldly, wise, entertaining a lot of new possibilities into their life, thinking about new scenarios, new options, new opportunities, and becoming more, like I said, more worldly and wise. Some of you Capricorns, I see you having family conversations that bring about change into your life. This could be, you could be getting advice from family members, or just the discussions you're having within your family are going to be the impetus for change for you. I also see you thinking about, I've got to stop wasting time and efforts on things that don't pan out for me or don't pay off for me. So any kind of ventures or things that you found yourself in where you've put in a lot of overtime or a lot of excess effort or energy, if you don't feel like you're getting the payoff from it, either through monetary gain or recognition or an advancement, or even if it's in a love relationship and you're pouring all this effort and energy into love, and if it's not going anywhere for you, you're going to start to think about trimming out the fat of things that don't pay off. So I see you, some of you Capricorns, really evaluating some of those kind of things in your life. Some of you may start directing others, giving people instruction, or you could be getting a promotion, or you could have a job where you have to be a boss, a supervisor, giving directions, making schedules, organizing things, telling people what to do. because I do see some of you in that kind of, like, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say supervisory managerial position. And also some of you are going to be in a teaching capacity position where you're giving people instruction, direction. If that's not your normal work or business, then this may start to enter into your picture of your work life. Or maybe if you own your own business, maybe your business is going to start doing that. Maybe you're going to offer classes or some kind of instructions to help build up your business, generate business to come to your shop or to your website by giving webinars and classes and things like that. That also comes up here with the Nine of Pentacles. Here you have Eight of Rods. This is news coming to you swiftly. It could be sudden change. It can also be long distance travel. Some of you Capricorns, I feel, have been feeling for a few years like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Lots of burdens, lots of responsibilities that have been burdensome, weighing you down, creating some oppressive feelings for you, I feel, for many of you Capricorns. I really see that some of you are getting on with your life and you are getting out of that kind of scenario. Like, it's starting to change. This is changing. It's evolving. So you're going to find yourself with not having to deal with so many of the burdens or responsibilities or pressures as you have been. Like, I feel like your burden's getting lifted and things changing here. They're moving forward. They're changing. I feel that some of you Capricorns are getting together some kind of showcase or some kind of program or resume or video or something that showcases your talents. And you could be presenting this on YouTube. It could also be a video or something that you're recording for a prospective job opportunity or a audition or anything like that, that you are showcasing your abilities, your talents, your knowledge, and you could be doing it in a video format. It could just be rewriting your resume. It could be as simple as that and applying for new jobs. But for some of you, I feel like you're going to make some kind of video presentation about it or some kind of presentation, even in front of groups, classes, anything like that, that showcases your talents, your abilities, your know-how. So I see that. I feel that some of you Capricorns are going to be making speeches, and could be for people graduating. You could be doing it at graduating classes or at your place of business. They may say, hey, you know what? You're so smart. You're so good. Get up in front of, we're going to have a big gathering, a seminar for work, and you're going to make this big presentation about the direction this business is going or changes that we're going to make or, protocols, whatever. I see you being in the forefront, stepping to the front. That also comes up here, Capricorn. So I hope these messages helped you. Now on to Aquarius. And the first of the two cards you have, Aquarius, is the Queen of Rods. And the Queen of Rods is a fire sign female. This could be a Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could also be a male. Even though it is a Queen of Rods, it could be a male figure here. There's a lot of commonalities between you and this Queen of Rods. I feel that you see things in a similar fashion, and I also feel that you see things eye to eye with them. You could be doing some working out some ideas, strategizing and planning some things with them. This could be in a work-related sense, but this could also be a friend to some of you or a lover that you could be strategizing about, hey, let's have a business together. Hey, let's go on a trip and travel together. Or, hey, let's write a book together. It could be anything like that. But I do see for many of you Aquarians, this is somebody that you have similarities. You see eye to eye. You've got the same vision. You maybe believe in the same things. You may have the same spiritual background, religious background, points of view about the government and the world. It could be anything like that. But I do feel you're connected to this Queen of Rods. And this is a good relationship. I don't feel like, it doesn't feel challenging to me or negative. Some of you may enter a contest together with this Queen of Rods and win. For some of you, you could have a new romance budding with this Queen of Rods. There's a lot of hope and fulfillment here between the coupling between the two of you. And this is either, again, I'm going to say friendship or romance. This could even be a sibling to you. Maybe you have a very strong connection with a sibling. And so you're like friends, and you two are benefiting each other through your connection through family ties and relationships. It could be a niece, a nephew, even. It doesn't just have to be a sibling. But for many of you, this is a beneficial connection that helps you in some way. You help each other's lives out. Your interactions with this Queen of Rods it's like two-way blessings. That's what I feel here. So the next card you have here, this very well could be you, Aquarius. You have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is an air sign person. This could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be a male or a female. Females come up as knights all the time, so don't be thrown that it is a knight. I feel this is you, and I feel that you are going to go push yourself out further into the world and become outspoken about something. It could be a political cause. It could be about some belief systems or something that you see as unfair, or something you want to share with the world, or something that you deem needs to be changed. But I do see this as you, and it's energetically pushing yourself out there into the world. I do feel that some of you feel like you have to stop wasting time, and that you do want to be seen and heard for either your talents, your knowledge, your ability, or your opinions, whatever it is. You want to speak out. You want to speak up, speak out, say something to the world, get it out there. That's how it's coming up. If you feel like there's any kind of subject that you're dealing with in your life or in the world that the world is dealing with, that you feel is getting sloughed over, no real meat and potatoes to the situation, you're going to want that focus on there. You're going to want that meat and potatoes looked at. You don't want anything airy-fairy fluffed off. You're not going to like that, Aquarius. You are like, what? This needs to be recognized. This needs to be focused on. This is an injustice. This is unfair. Or this point of view needs to be examined. And, why are people ignoring this fact and that fact? Like, I feel like you have, again, not to be redundant, but it does come up, like important things to say, important views. You're going to start sharing it with the world. And and I see you, like, if you like to be judicious and fair, you're not going to care so much about being judicious and fair here. I see you becoming very outspoken and very forthright and forceful in your opinion, and maybe not being as, politically correct or judicious or careful of your wording. You may get like past that here if you feel like something's getting blown off, or something needs time and attention, or something needs to be focused on. You are going to be driving your point home and getting it out there into the world, regardless of whether you think people are going to be happy about it, like it, not like it. I see that kind of energy around you. So hopefully these messages made sense to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. And the first card you have of the two, Pisces, is the Devil. And the Devil is a card to me that symbolizes being bound and trapped to an unhealthy relationship. It could be being bound and trapped and stuck in a situation that's unhealthy. It could also be an addiction of some kind: drugs, smoking, alcohol, gambling, sex, pornography, sugar, eating too much, spending money, whatever you could be addicted to. It could also be that. Or being connected to somebody that has those issues. Doesn't just have to be you yourself. I do see you getting put in a position of power, but I do see you, Pisces, wondering what is going to become of this. Like, I almost feel like you have fear of it. You have fear of this position of power that I see. So some of you could get promoted. Some of you may be getting a new job that's higher up and in a higher up position than what you had before. But I see you kind of feeling concerned or threatened or worried about it comes up here. And I feel some of you Pisces may have been feeling like, oh my God, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, however that saying goes. Like, I feel sometimes you feel like this is what's happening in your life. Yay, I get some headway. Yay, a step forward. And then, oh no, you get into it and the job is a disaster. Or the people you work with are really problems. Or you finally meet somebody, you feel like you make some headway and you're really into them, and then you find out their kids are a problem or don't like you. I mean, it's that kind of energy, like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I do see that happening in some of you, feeling like you're getting an advancement or a position or moving forward or ahead in your life, and then you find yourself in that position going, I don't know what to make of this. Like, I see you worried. Like kind of doesn't mean you're not going to conquer it or do great. It's like the devil is actually representative of your own worriment and fear. So you're kind of like trapped in yourself with your own fears or worriment. That's how the devil is coming up here to me today for you in this mid-month of February reading. You know, and I do see you talking to some people to help you out of a jam. This could be like if you're having a problem with your rent or your apartment or your home or mortgages or any kind of debt relief, like any debts. You could be talking to lawyers to file bankruptcy or to give you solutions for debt relief, or talking to landlords or banks about, oh, I need more time to pay my bills. Or if you need counseling, if you feel like I'm trapped, I'm in a cycle that's too negative and I can't get out of it, you may be talking to counselors or therapists or spiritual guidance to like help you. So I see you talking to others for help. Now, here you have the 5 of Cups. And that is sadness, loss, and regret. But not all hope is lost, because there's still 2 cups here. Over here in the top corner that are upright. So that's showing there's still hope. But you've got these cups that are spilled here. That's the sadness, loss, and regret. It can also be you having problems with alcohol, or you dealing with someone in your life that has issues with alcohol. This card can come up sometimes with that. I feel that you are going to want to have some kind of job or situation that gives you a lot of leeway to work out of your house, to be able to come and go as you want, to travel as you need to at the time, like to be able to create your own schedule. I don't know how else to phrase this. And if it's not a job that you want this leeway in, it could be in a relationship. Maybe you're in a relationship that the person's really like, oh, I need you every day. I'm needy. You have to be there for me. And maybe you're like, you know what? I need more freedom of movement. Not that you want to date other people, but maybe you're like, my schedule doesn't allow me to constantly be home or be home at work 9 to 5. Because it comes up like you needing more leeway, more freedom of movement in your life. And however that's going to make sense for you. It's not going to be the same for all Pisces. And as I always say, if the messages I'm saying to you are not making sense to you, please watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because your messages may be coming to you there the middle of this month and not in your sun sign of Pisces. I feel for you that consistency is key, and you being consistent with your actions and what you have to do with your work, and other people that you deal with being consistent is key for you. Not that, like, I do pick up you need leeway to be able to have the freedom to work from home or to be able to travel when you need to, and to have that kind of freedom of schedule. But I do feel that you do need some kind of, in other ways, continuity. I feel that, and you really need it from other people to be, reliable. You need them to be reliable, to show up when they say they're going to if they give you promises and say, I'm going to do this job this day, and I'm going to follow through and make this payment to you then. You need all these people around you to have follow through and consistency. it's kind of weird. On one hand, I feel you need leeway, and yet from others, you need consistency. So it's a little bit of an unusual dichotomy there. You may be retraining your mind to see things from different perspectives and different ways. You could be taking classes, going back to school and getting some kind of additional training or education, or getting a master's degree, a PhD, an extended degree of some kind. You could be going through that, because I do see some of you retraining and re-educating your mind, and some of you may be doing that through meditation and metaphysical classes and transcendental meditation and different kinds of energy healing and work, and training and educating your mind and your energy field that way. But for some of you, it is traditional education and classes that's going to help you. So I hope this reading was of help to you. I certainly hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for liking, sharing, and watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I post any of my videos here on YouTube, because I have added eclipse psychic crystal readings for the eclipses, psychic crystal readings for the new moons and the full moons, and my monthly psychic tarot readings and my mid-month psychic tarot updates. So if you're a subscriber, you'll get notified when these videos go online on YouTube. And again, if you're interested in getting the psychic tarot readings for love for each sign of the zodiac for the year of 2017, it's going to be one of the two that I'm going to do for this year. You can access these videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for my psychic tarot love readings for each sign of the zodiac for 2017 videos. In those videos, I'm using 4 tarot cards from the Hanson Roberts tarot deck for each sign, just focusing on love. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 9. And there, the second video listings on the page, you will see these videos. You just go under that heading, click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. I wish you a happy Valentine's Day, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.